I go to one of the highest levels of education in my country. I do 2 sports and gym at the same time. And plus, I'm running my own business. Right now, you might be wondering, Jumea, how do you have the time to do all of these 5 things at the same time? Well, I'll tell you in this video. So back a few months ago, I barely had time to do anything, really. My time during the day was spent going to school, having maybe a workout, and then that's it. I did not have much time to do anything. I didn't have time to work on my business. I didn't have time to do many social things. I really did not have much time in the day. I kept telling myself I wish the days were longer. I wish I had more time in the day. I wish there was more I could do. Well, I wish I just had time to do more. Because I felt at that point that I wasn't doing that much, but it felt like the entire day was just wasted because I wasn't doing enough. But what I didn't know is that I was wasting my time on 3 mistakes that really killed my productivity and my time management. Here are the 3 mistakes guys make when trying to manage their time. Number 1 is you think that more equals more. You think that if you do more, you will get more benefit. You would think, for example, that if you would do 10 habits, you would get more benefit from it than if you would to do 5 or maybe 3. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's not the case, actually. So back a few months ago, when I thought the exact same thing, where I thought that if I do more things, if I do more habits, more stuff, I would get more benefit, I'd improve more. This just led me to not improving at all. Because what happens when you have so much is that you start to overthink. You start stressing yourself out. What really happens when you try to do more is that you start to do less because there's so many things that you try to do at the same time, which you don't always have the time for, you know? You're never consistent the more you do. Number 2 is you improvise and you prioritize on the wrong things. Most days, people don't have a clear vision of how their day are going to turn out. They just wake up and just go by the flow, you know, of how they're gonna spend their day, what they're gonna do, what they're gonna wear. And this is really ineffective and it really lowers your productivity and your time management. And not only that, by doing this, by always improvising and not having a plan, you're constantly switching around between priorities, which is a big reason to why you can't improve on most aspects that you want to. Now, the third reason is just bad time management. What I mean by that is basically that you don't really have a plan of how your day is going to turn out. Waking up late means you have less time in the day to do anything. It's in the mornings when everyone is asleep, when you have no disturbances. That's when you have the best opportunity to work on yourself, to isolate yourself, to work on the really important thing. Either be studying, working out, working on business, whatever it may be. By you not being able to manage your time wisely, you may end up wasting it on things that you haven't even intended on. My name is Jume and I make self-improvement videos for young guys trying to improve their lives. If you like what you're seeing in this video, then you might want to check out my paid community, which is in the link below. So here are the 3 strategies you need in order to fix these mistakes and improve your time management. Number 1, do less. Remove things from your life that you deem unnecessary. For example, back all those months ago when I said I had a bunch of habits which I was never really consistent on. Instead of having a bunch of habits that you have to do every single day, remove the habits that you deem unnecessary. You don't need to have 100 habits for you to improve your life. You might only need like 3, 4. Doing less in a day gives you more time to spend on doing the things that you enjoy on the most. Either it be working out, hanging out with friends, talking to girls, etc. As I said before, most guys think that by you adding more things to do in the day, by you adding more habits, more stuff to do, you will gain more benefit from it because you're just doing extra work, which logically would give us more of a benefit. But that's not really the case in reality. Because by adding a bunch of, habits or things to do stuff, we're just overworking ourselves. Because imagine you have these 20 habits, 20 habits that you do. You won't be able to complete them every single day. And that's the important thing. You want these habits to be consistent. You want to be consistent with these habits because that's the only way for you to grow. If you're not consistent, you'll never grow. That's why in order for you to become more consistent, you need less stress from always performing these habits. So less is the key. Doing less will help you so much in the long run because you'll stay motivated, you'll stay consistent, and that way you won't waste sort of like your potential. And also, you can also add more habits as time goes. But you have to always start slow, start with less. Number 2, make a priority list. I've said this a bunch of times in my channel, where you write a list down of the things that you prioritize the most. And these are 5 things that you need to prioritize. It'd be school, fitness, business, social life, and family. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to get a piece of paper and a pen and write these 5 down. And I want you to categorize these, or I want you to sort these out into number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I want you to sort these 5 things out, with number 1 being the highest priority and number 5 being the lowest priority. By making a list like this, you constantly remind yourself of what is the most important thing. And this is really important because when you already know what the important thing is, you wouldn't sacrifice it for the other thing that's less important, right? If you think that the school is most important for you in your future, in your career, you wouldn't sacrifice your school and studies for something that's less important to you, right? Or let's say that, for example, you think that your fitness is the most important thing in your life right now. Then we, for example, need to decide, oh, should I go to the gym right now, or should I study for this test? When you already have this priority list, then you already know, okay, my priority is fitness, so why should I skip my workout for doing this thing that I barely even care about? Do you know what I mean? So sort these out based on your own ranking, and then prioritize that thing more than the others. Third thing is just plan your days. The best way to plan your days is basically just make a calendar. I use Google Calendar, and what I would do is I plan all of my days every single day by the hour. So like I know at what time I'm gonna wake up, what time I'm gonna do my morning routine, what time I'm going to school, what time my workout starts, any other tasks, during the day. I have it all planned out. And by planning your days out, you sort of have like a flow of the day. When you wake up, you already know what to do. You already have your clothes set up. So you don't need to go to your closet, pick out the clothes and waste time. You already have them right there. You already have them there from the night before. This is super efficient. The amount of time you save might seem small to you, but in the long run, it can save hours. And by the end of the day, just before you go to bed, just make sure that the next morning goes smoothly. Pick your clothes out, fix your bags, already have most things set up, so by the time you wake up the next day, you already have everything set up. Your bag's packed, you already have your clothes picked out, so everything can just run smoothly. You should be able to leave your house instantly, basically. So what happens now when you do these things? Well, firstly, you get more time in the day, which leaves you to be able to do so much more because you're eliminating all of these small distractions that waste your time. These very tiny, tasks that we barely think about, that we just do unconsciously. For example, like picking out your clothes, making breakfast, these small things. And you actually become better at the things that you are doing because by spending less time on distracting things, on things that will get us nowhere, you're spending more time doing the things that you want to do. For example, making a business, working out, or studying. You'll actually level up on that thing more. And third of all, you'll get better sleep because by planning out your days, by having this calendar, you already know, okay, at this time I'm gonna go to bed, at this time I'm gonna wake up. You'll have better sleep. And by doing this consistently, by having the same sleep schedule, your sleep is gonna improve. And we all know, better sleep, better life, basically. Everything in your life will improve just by you having a better sleep. So to summarize all of these 3 points, do less, remove the distracting things from your life, the things that you deem unnecessary. Make a priority list, sort these 5 things out, and prioritize based on your own ranking. And thirdly, plan out your days. Make a calendar, use Google Calendar, and plan your day by the hour. Hope you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.